Hey guys, how's it going? So it's Wednesday again, time for another video, and I know usually on Wednesday, by usually I mean last week on Wednesday, and when I made the schedule, we did news. So I'm making my first adjustment to the series, and that's going to be on Wednesdays. I'm no longer doing news. I just got a little bit bored with that, and again, it's been 1 week, but I just don't want to do that anymore, so I'm not going to. And what I'm going to do on Wednesdays instead, I'm just going to pick a topic. There's not necessarily going to be a, something that has to be on Wednesdays. I'm just going to pick a topic, I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to see what you guys think. As always, I want a discussion. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to see if you guys are thinking the same thing that I'm thinking, or if you're totally different and why. I want to... It's really based off I want to learn. So if you've got a different point of view, certainly feel free to let me know because I want to know what everybody else thinks about these types of things. And so today what we're going to be talking about is musical tastes. And specifically for me, I'm interested in the fact of how mine have changed. So where I want to start is, what did you listen to when you were in high school? When I was in high school, if you don't know me from high school, I was into emo, man. I loved emo. In fact, I still love emo. Emo bands, and part of emo and part of hardcore, which is probably my favorite genre right now, part of all of that is, it's more of like a lifestyle. You sort of live, you wear the clothes that fit the scene. It's, for me, those emo and hardcore and screamo, those genres, more than any else, to me anyway, and rap probably fits into this as well, have a certain style that goes along with them. And so when I was in high school, I wore skinny jeans. I wore girls' skinny jeans, which, if you don't know, is completely different than guys' skinny jeans. Girls' skinny jeans, whole different level. I wore girls' skinny jeans. I wore tight shirts. I had long hair. I had piercings. I got piercings. And that was sort of the scene. And so bands that I listened to a lot of times had those same characteristics. And where that was part of the reason that I liked it. Also, passion. That passion's another thing that runs through it for me. Whatever I like, there has to be passion involved. And I don't care who you are, you cannot argue that hardcore, the music, the bands, the people that listen to hardcore, the people that go to hardcore shows aren't passionate. And for me, they're the most passionate. You can argue. In fact, let me know. Is there another genre that has more passionate fans? I would say no, absolutely not. The most passion is in hardcore, and that's something that has continued on. But don't let me get ahead of myself here. Let me start at emo, because that's where it was when I was coming in to high school, or when I was in high school. And, I was listening to bands like The Audition, June, Houston Calls, those sorts of bands. Those are just a couple. You've also got the bigger bands you've got as I stumble over trying to get 17 bands out all in one sound there. Fall Out Boy, before they were big, they got a little more poppier than they were sort of emo and scene, but they were certainly in there. The Academy is, there's a lot of different bands that are like that, and that's what I was listening to in high school, and as I went on, I got a little bit heavier, so I went from the emo, the scene stuff, to screamo, to straight screamo, and you know this, it's screaming with some clean vocals in there as well. And then from there, after I got out of high school, although I listened to it a little bit in high school as well, went into hardcore. But since that, and those three genres are fairly related, I would say. And but then from there to the person that I am now, it's such a broader range of genres that I enjoy. I still like emo, I still like screamo, I still love hardcore, and I like metal, I like pop music, I like country, I like oldies for sure. Oldies are great. I love 80s bands. I love 80s music. I have a partial sleeve of 80s bands, so yeah, I like 80s a little bit. And I found it interesting that I've gone from when I was in high school and just out of high school, there were literally, what I listened to was very much just those, the emo, screamo, hardcore. That's what I listened to, and that was just about it. And I really couldn't care less about other genres. Now it does feel like I'm worlds away from high school, but now there's a bunch of different genres that I love, and it's wide ranging, and it's weird to me how that happens, and I don't know why it happens. So I guess what I'm asking, I'm curious. Is that what has happened to you? Let me know what you listened to in high school. What genres were you into? What bands were you into? And are you still into just that genre or just those genres and just those bands? Or are you like me and you've completely expanded your horizons as far as your music goes? And do you like wherever you are right now? Or would you go back to high school when, for me, the question, if I was asking myself, is would I go back to high school where I was just into emo and that sort of things? And to answer that question, my answer anyway is no. I love loving a bunch of different genres. It makes listening to music for me at least a lot more fun, because there's a lot more music that I can listen to. I am constantly still learning about new bands from different genres and new singers from different genres. And here's the other thing. I don't think quality of singing or quality of instrument playing for me plays much of a role. I don't make any qualms. Hardcore, which as I've already mentioned is probably tops on my list, there are plenty better singers than most hardcore lead singers or whatever, frontmen, and the music playing, the instrument playing is better than others, but it just doesn't match passion-wise. And that's what I think hardcore has over others. That's what hardcore brings to the table, whereas other genres maybe do bring that fantastic singing or that fantastic instrument play. And that's just where I stand. Again, let me know either on Twitter. You can find me at Taylor from Kway at Twitter, or you can find me at Taylor Nitz, last name spelled N as in Nancy, I-T-Z, on YouTube or Facebook. Also, you can hear me on Kway, the radio station out of Waverly. That's where I work. I do news and sports over there. Certainly, turn them on. Got wrestling on right now, actually, if you want to listen to that. You can also hear my newscasts, or you can hear some of my play-by-play calls at kwayradio.com. Pull those up. Certainly listen to them. I've got postseason basketball coming up, so pay attention to Kway. Find me over there. They have lots of good stuff. And remember to comment on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, or comment on Twitter or Facebook. Let me know what you think. All right, guys, until next time, I am Taylor Nitz.